The title of this podcast is No Time to Work on Yourself. That used to be me. I remember as Keith 1.0, outside of working out, eating a certain way to have optimal health, getting some sleep. Outside of that, that's what I called working on myself. Oh, working, to achieve goals and setting new goals and things like that. But the real work on myself didn't happen until I got on this path called the practice. And so, but before, there were several excuses I could give. But what is true is that most of my time was spent being busy working on everything outside of myself, nothing internally. I was always trying to do things that uh, were with the outside world, either trying or wishing people were a certain way, trying to control situations that I wish were different. I mean, it didn't stop. And I did this for years. Every once in a while, the stars would align and something that I was doing or obsessing about, ruminating about, every once in a while, and a solution would appear, but it was always fleeting. The next problem was right around the corner, waiting. The next thing to ruminate over, to experience obsessive thinking about. It was always just right there. So any kind of break that I got, it was short lived. And I did this for decades. And so what I found was this whole idea of working on myself in personal development, it wasn't that at all. I was working on trying to do things on the outside, even if it was my physical self or trying to work out and things like that. But it was everything outside of me. Like everything was a struggle. People not doing things that I thought they should be doing, how I thought they should be doing. Um, People doing things that they could have done better. I just found a way to have a grievance about almost everything. Walk into a restaurant, the lighting isn't right. This food wasn't as good as it was before. I made a problem out of life. And when it came to my relationships, I found myself, sometimes not satisfied. My friends showed up a minute late. It was a problem. If I showed up a minute late, I expected them to give me grace while they're upset about the double standard. I mean, you name it, I made it a problem. And so there was never any peace inside. It was always dependent on what was going on outside. And that's a problem. But I did that for years. Now, most people go that path, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's only one catch, and it's a big one. It just doesn't work. When you are consciously or unconsciously tying your inner peace, your experience of joy, how you're going to move through life based on what other people do, how life situations occur, you're in for a lot of suffering. So I learned that's a dead end that leads to nowhere but more suffering. So I got off of that train and I found a different path. And the path that I'm on now is all I know is tomorrow. If I'm granted the gift of waking up, I will begin the day with my practice. And everything that happens during the course of that day that my mind says is a problem, or my heart feels injured and wants to close, that's what I'm going to work on. Not on what's outside of me that is causing my mind to say this is a problem, or that's affecting my heart to where it feels some kind of pain. Nope, that's not where the work is. The work is inside so I can be able to handle that. And I've been doing this for a while now. And what I've learned is by being totally committed to this, the mind settles down. It stops all that neurotic behavior and talking and commenting about everything. The heart is able to experience what it experiences, and then it lets it go. So nothing is stored inside. And it's just a beautiful experience. And I get to experience the present moment and move right on peacefully to the next moment. And that's a pretty awesome way to live. So I ask you, tell me again why you don't have time to work on yourself. all because you're having so much fun doing it the way you're doing it now. Okay. Good luck with that.